In our head, we live in a divided world, but not in reality. In your head, you can say, oh, Chile is so fundamentally different from Brazil. But in reality, like, you go to work 9 to 5, they go to work 9 to 5, you have children, they have children. What is the difference?
What is it about this conflict that it has just not been possible to come to an end? It's one of the longest running, more than a century.
Yeah.
One of the most violent. What's missing, or what have we done wrong?
We think of it as the most violent. It is not the most violent. It is one of the longest in the world. The reason we think of it as so big is because it's always in the news.
Not many people walk through life doing what they love, and many of them never discover their passion. What is your advice to people who are thinking about potentially starting a business, a company from scratch, but are terrified to do so?
So my advice to those people is that you should get super excited, because for the first time in history, because of the electricity of AI, you can become a better business builder. So the cost of starting a business now is like $1 a day. And so actually I started a business platform that just does that. I see people, thousands of them every day, building digital businesses for literally $1 a day.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Más Que Titulares. Hoy estuvimos hablando con el creador de contenido y emprendedor Nas Daily. Estuvimos hablando sobre el conflicto israelita-palestino, sobre la coexistencia, su carrera exitosa y cómo alcanzó el éxito, y sobre la importancia de la rabia bien canalizada. Y ahora pasemos a la entrevista. Who is Nuseir Yassin, or Nas Daily, for those who don't know you yet?
Who am I for those that don't know me? I'm just a guy who makes a lot of videos, very short videos, and screams while making them. That's Nas Daily.
That's who you are.
What I really am, I'm just a guy who tells you the most interesting stories around the world with Nas Daily and helps you build a business with Nas.io. That's all I do.
You have massive following on social media, more than 60 million followers.
It's 70, but nobody's counting.
It's 68. I counted.
69.
I counted last night. There's also fake followers, you know that. What is it about you?
We're going to have fun.
Yeah, we will. This will be the best time ever. What do you think is about you or your content that resonates at such a large scale with people?
I think people love authenticity, and they're like, all right, this guy clearly does not care. Like, clearly he's like super excited about this thing and he just wants to talk about it. And they're like, oh, and also they understand me. I speak very slow in my videos.
You do?
Yes. And I only use simple words. So a taxi driver in India understands me, and Bill Gates in New York understands me.
My TED Talk is about simple language.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
And, you know, people on the internet, they're like, oh, you should use complicated academic work. And like, hell no, I don't want to do that.
You know who said the opposite? Einstein.
Make everything as simple as possible, but not simpler. I know that quote. How do you know?
Genius is making complex ideas simple.
That also, he said that.
Otherwise.
Yes, he said that. That's
I'm
cool.
on your boat.
Thank you.
So authenticity.
Genius is making everything simpler. I like that.
Yeah, I'll send you that.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get?
I think so. By the end of this show, you should tell me if it's true or not.
I'm kind of getting an idea. The world is better than you think.
Yes.
Whose words?
Mine.
Yours.
Oh my God, she's a journalist.
I am. You've realized this by traveling to over 100 countries.
100 countries.
Only to find out
that it's boring.
No, that we are more alike rather than different.
Yes.
Is that so?
It's really so.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. The only difference between a Chilean and an American is that Chileans love to put avocado in everything.
True.
She laughed.
Did you have a completo already?
I don't know if I did or not, but
You cannot leave
I had
without it.
avocado.
You cannot leave without having that.
Is it vegetarian?
No. Well, there are versions.
Okay, well, I'll need that version.
You are a vegetarian?
Yes.
That did not show up on my...
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If I give you a knife right now, would you put the knife in the cow's head?
Oh, absolutely not.
So why the hell do you eat meat?
It tastes good. And you know, Chile is all about barbecues.
Human meat tastes even better.
Oh, have you tried it?
No, but I heard from Papua New Guinea that,
Ugh,
that it
disgusting.
tastes good.
I'm not sure that we are more alike than different.
Really? What do you
I
think?
think we live in a very polarized and divided society and world. I want to know about your findings. When you
In
travel.
our head, we live in a divided world. In our head, but not in reality. That's my answer. There's a difference between reality and what's in your head. In my head, I can think, oh, I'm Brad Pitt. I'm the sexiest man alive. In reality, I'm not Brad Pitt. So yes, in your head, you can say, oh, Chile is so fundamentally different from Brazil. But in reality, like, you go to work 9 to 5, they go to
That's
work 9
true.
to 5, you have children, they have children. What is the difference? Thank you.
It's true. You have become one of the most influential social media personalities through your
Yeah.
powerful and very compelling storytelling and your goal to create a more empathic and equal society. You have said that you can reach millions if you know how to tell the correct story.
Yes, that's
How do you
correct.
tell the correct story?
How do you tell the correct story?
Is
That
there
is a very good question.
Is there one correct story?
No, there's multiple correct stories, but to tell a good story, look, the way I measure this, if we're having a good conversation or not, is if she's paying attention, your producer.
But she's working for us.
No, but sometimes they can be on their phone. Like, I've had so many podcasts where they're like,
True.
okay, it's working, I'll be on my phone.
Yeah.
Or if he's paying attention. So far they're paying attention. So we're telling a good story. But if they stop paying attention in 20 minutes, we're telling a bad story. So a good story is somebody paying attention?
That's how you measure it.
Yeah. So how can I get the world to pay attention to my words? Number 1, don't speak fast. Number 2, speak simple words. Number 3, scream with energy. And number 4, make it about something relatable. Avocado in food.
How much time do your videos are 1 minute long? But how much time does it take you to prepare one of those?
It used to cost 14 hours long to make 1 minute video, from like 5 hours editing and scripting, 5 hours shooting, and 5 hours or so editing and publishing.
Wow.
So it took a lot of time, but I don't do that today. Today, I just build a company.
Yeah. A pretty
It's
a
okay.
good company.
A good company.
You're doing good.
A company that doesn't lose money.
Well, we're going to go into the deep shit now
Let's go.
because we haven't spoken about this in Chile.
This is where we clip the videos and put them on Instagram, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You are Arabian and Israeli, both origins.
I have never been described as an Arabian.
But you have Arabian origins.
Yeah, Arab. So because Arabian means you come from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Thanks for that correction.
No, but it's probably correct in Spanish. But yes, I'm Arab Israeli, Palestinian Israeli,
Okay.
Israeli Palestinian, however you want to call it.
Israeli Palestinian. Okay. You've become very famous, widely known
Infamous.
in your attempt
Yes.
to engage cultures, religions,
Yeah.
and frontiers.
Yeah.
That is not an easy job.
No, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
Since 1948, 7 leaders were assassinated in the Middle East. 7 presidents were assassinated in the Middle East. 7. I counted them. Do you know how many of them got assassinated for wanting peace? And how many were assassinated for wanting war?
I'm going to go with peace, all of them.
Close. 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7.
6 out of 7 were assassinated for wanting peace. And no leader was assassinated for wanting war. So what I've learned from the Middle East is, if you want us to get along and live together, you are the enemy. And if you want us to hate the Jews or hate the Palestinians, you are my hero.
What is it about this conflict that it has just not been possible to come to an end? It's one of the longest running,
Yeah.
more than a century,
Yeah.
one of the most violent.
Yes.
What's missing, or what have we done wrong
Yeah.
through the years in order to not be able to reach a truce?
So that's a great question. I have 2 answers.
Okay.
My first answer is, we think of it as the most violent. It is not the most violent. And that is controversial. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is not one of the most violent conflicts in the world. It is one of the longest in the world. But when it comes to violence, Russia-Ukraine is more. Syria civil war is more. Sudan is more. Rwanda genocide is more. You know what I mean? So we should put it in perspective. The reason we think of it as so big is because it's always in the news. The question is, why is it always in the news?
What's the answer?
I have an answer, which is politically incorrect. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hell yeah.
there's a term. It's called no Jews, no news. That's the term. No Jews, no news. The honest truth is because Jews are involved in this conflict as a party of this conflict, the world pays so much attention to it. It is yet another form of anti-Semitism. This is my opinion. As a non-Jewish person, I'm telling you this. I always wonder, like, man, every time, like, there's always, like, everything leads towards, like, anti-Semitism from, like, the 1850s to, like, the 1930s, whether it's Germany, whether it's Russia, and now it's the Middle East. You know, it's like there's so much interest in everything Jewish. And I think part of the reason why we find this interesting is because, Jews versus Muslims, the most crazy conflict. It is religious. And whoever says it's not religious, unfortunately, is living in a dream. And the reason I say this is because there is no reason for somebody in Indonesia and Pakistan to care about this conflict. There is no reason for an evangelical Christian in Chile to care about this conflict.
True.
It is because of religion.
So hang on. Let me zoom in on that. The media then is playing a big role.
Yes, totally. Totally.
But how do we solve this?
Well, one thing I've learned is that look at incentives. What is your incentive today to have a good conversation?
Yeah.
So you ask sensitive questions, right? Which I love. I love your incentive because it's also my incentive too. What is the incentive of a TV channel? To have the most views. What gets the most views? It's whatever people want to watch. What do people want to watch? It's whatever, So the media, I don't know if it's the cause or the symptom. If we didn't watch it, the media wouldn't make it. The media tried to make a video about the Sudan poverty or the Sudan civil war. Do you care about the Sudan civil war? Not really. So when the media talks about it, I think she's going to skip. Yeah.
I actually went to Africa in February. Far more
crazy
problems there.
Indeed.
Really than religious conflicts.
Indeed. But when the media, I want to be the first one to hate on the media internationally. I think there's some media that's a problem in the Middle East. But the media, in Chile at least, I think is responding to what the people want to watch.
I think it's so bad.
It's really bad.
But I never said that.
I never heard it.
That's why I became my own.
You are the media now.
Yeah. How can we coexist with so many geopolitical, religious conflicts, war, hunger, and death happening every day?
My honest answer is coexistence happens when you have something to lose. So what does that mean? If I have nothing to lose, I am the first one to kill you. But if I come now and kill you, I will lose my career, I will lose my freedom, I will lose my job, I will lose my friends. This is why I'm friendly to you. But if I had nothing to lose, I can just be complete asshole. The same thing. Unfortunately, in those parties, unfortunately in Gaza, the people have nothing to lose. So because of that, it's like, okay, well, let's resort to whatever it is that is. Let's elect Hamas and let's resort to this the terrorism. That's what I call it. It's terrorism, what Hamas is doing. While in the West Bank, which is also Palestinians, Palestinians in the West Bank have something to lose. They have jobs. They have jobs inside Israel. They have territory. But they have families. They have houses. They have a lot to lose. So I think economic interdependency means peace. You and I need to be economically dependent on each other. And that's how you end up with coexistence. Not because I love you or you love me. It's because I need you and you need me.
Well, if you decide to kill me right now, you would be very viral. Because
I-
it would be live.
I know, and that would be very viral. But who's gonna get the money from the ads?
My children
Well,
in a trust fund.
let's ask them if they're happy. If we should.
Okay, so we spoke this before starting. You have spoken about the role AI can have battling anti-Semitism, right? This made me think,
Yes.
very, with good reason.
Yes.
When I saw a video of myself 2 weeks ago, it was a scam with my face
Yes.
and my perfectly recreated voice
Great.
on the internet,
Great.
scamming people.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It made me think it can also play a very negative role,
Yeah.
dividing and maybe polarizing even further. It can
Yes.
be really a double-edged sword.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
What do you mean?
Look, this is how I think about it. We invented electricity. Okay, electricity was just, imagine if you and I were in the 1850s and it was so dark and somebody said, hey, look, electricity. And we're like, oh my God, I can light up the room. So electricity made our life so happier, but then somebody else took electricity and electrocuted somebody to death with the death penalty. Now, what do we say? Turn off electricity, be careful with electricity. What do we do with electricity? Somebody touched electricity, a kid touched it and they died. So the truth of the matter is, when you invent something so important, it can be used for good, it can be used for bad. But I think electricity is 90%
Well, you have a point.
amazing. I think AI is the same. It's going to be 90% amazing. It's going to be 10% horrendous for you and the people that are scanned by you,
For you as well.
for me as well. But look, we'll come up with warning signs. You know, we'll all be careful of it very soon.
My issue with this is that people cannot tell between fake news and real news. And they spread like fires, like wildfires.
So,
One click, that's it.
so what do you want to do? Do you want to not allow people
no.
to create content, or
no,
do you want to make people responsible for their own choices?
I want to teach people
Yes.
to use this
Yes.
properly.
Yes, exactly. So maybe that's the idea. So that's what Singapore does. There's a lot of financial scams in Singapore banking. And every week, I get a notification from my bank, be careful of scams.
Yeah.
It looks like this. The police, be careful of scams. It looks like this. It's a massive education campaign. I think that's what we need.
You live in Singapore?
I have an office in Singapore. I live
Where do you
there.
live?
Now I live in New York.
You live in New York.
No, I spend 1/3 of my time in New York. I live in New York mainly, but I have an office in Singapore, Dubai, and Israel, and now New York. So that's the 4 cities I go to.
It's a pretty nomad life.
Yes, but my heart is in New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have my girlfriend is there.
Nice.
She's great.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is she famous?
Is she,
Is she famous?
is she famous? Well, depend who you ask, but
What
you
does
know,
she do?
She's a content creator, and
Well, there you go.
She's famous.
Very famous like you?
She has 1 million followers,
Nice.
but she's better than me.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Asia.
Hi, Asia. That's a great boyfriend.
Thank you.
Okay, we live in a very sensitive world.
Yes.
And you are dealing with particularly high sensitive content.
Yes.
It's very unlikely you won't hurt anybody. One side, the other, whoever.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You know, you have kids, right?
One.
And how do you train your kid? Do you make them
Oh my
fall to
God.
feel the pain, or do you oh no, be sensitive? You don't try to hurt your
No.
kid at all.
He knows about war, death, and everything, hunger, since he was 4.
You know, when he goes to the dirt, do you make him fall and experience pain?
Oh, he's a big dude. He can do whatever the fuck he wants now.
Yeah.
He's turning 9 Sunday.
Oh wow!
He's-
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's big.
I'm
I'm not apprehensive.
I think there's 2 ways to create content on the internet. Number 1, create very, very peaceful and very sensitive content. Be not offend anybody and just make everybody happy. You'll be called a clown. That's what a clown does. A clown's job is to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
That's what we pay clowns for, or entertainment. If you want to make education or you want to make some real change, somebody must be angry, offended, not happy. And so I realized, which way do you want to go? Do you want to be a clown, or do you want to be authentic and be what you really are? And if it pisses off people, so be it. The world has many people.
Yeah. I don't think about the audience. I don't think about
You don't think about the audience?
No.
What do you think the audience is thinking now, listening to you say that?
They're going to find reason in my words. Because you're always going to offend somebody.
Yeah.
And people are walking through life hating and being very sensitive. It's impossible. The thing is, do you read the comments?
I do.
How do you read the comments on?
I love the comments.
But you have 70 million followers. How do you keep up?
I read the top
2%.
That's usually representative of
The trend.
The trend. Yeah.
And when it's not good, what happens inside of your head?
So I look at people's profile.
Oh, you do.
I do. I stalk them.
And that speaks very well of who they are.
Exactly, because the message and the messenger are together. They come together.
Yeah.
So if you got a negative comment now, if somebody said, "You're boring," but that person is like a 13-year-old kid in middle school, you're like, "Shut up, kids." But if somebody said you're boring, if Bill Gates comes and says you're boring,
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh man."
I would love to have him commenting my content.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, "Well, I need to listen."
Yeah.
So the messenger and the message are actually come together. So when I have somebody sitting in a place doing something that I don't necessarily respect, and they have not done much for their life, and they're giving me feedback, I'm like, why should your feedback matter?
How do you know that on a profile picture?
Oh, it's very easy.
Yeah?
It's so easy. Maybe in Chile it's hard. I don't know in Chile, but if you look internationally,
Everybody's private.
Oh, everybody's private?
Yeah.
I have found that the loudest people in the comment section are also loud in their profile.
Oh yeah.
So for example, if somebody is like, "I hate you because you're from Israel," you look at their profile and it's like, their cover photo is, "I hate every Israeli." So these go hand in hand.
Okay, but does it affect you?
The first 3 years it did.
It does.
Then slowly it became better.
And I think, you know what I think?
Yeah.
This calms me
Yeah.
when I read negative comments, which is all the time.
You read negative comments all the time?
Well,
Why do people give you negative comments?
Because I collaborate with really big audiences that are not mine every week with people sitting here.
And they say...
And they go viral. And people, you know what? This is what I think. People are angry. And I know you love that. And we're going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
But I think they take it out on people like you and me on social media.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
I don't know, you got in a fight with your girlfriend, your wife, they take it out on us.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a bag of shit.
But we also... we did that. We put our videos on the internet.
Oh, yeah, we did.
So you're benefiting a lot from it. So you should pay the cost.
We're going to talk about that now. How much hate do you get, versus love?
I mean, I'd like to think it's 90% love.
Really?
I'd
That's
like to
good.
think that, yeah. I think we always confuse the comment section for real life.
Absolutely.
Look, for example, I had this video that's it had 100,000 likes and 2,000 comments, and 1,000 of them are negative. And I'm like, okay, so what is the percentage of hate? Is it the 100,000 likes, or is it the 1,000 comments that are negative, or is it 1,000 comments that are positive? What is the percentage?
But that single comment that is bad will get to your head and you'll ignore all the love. Because one thing is negative comments, and then there's hate.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Me and my girlfriend are actually really good at it. It doesn't really get to my head as much. I think mainly because, and I'm being very honest here,
Okay.
I don't have a lot of respect for the person writing the comment, because I don't respect how they live their life, how the decisions they made.
You don't admire.
I don't look up to it.
Okay.
For me, it's if I look up to somebody, I really listen to them. If I don't look up to somebody, I don't listen as much.
True.
Now, this may be not a good thing in me, because you have to listen to everybody. And I at least I read it, but I don't let it get to my head. Look, if I listen to everybody's comments, when I started Nas Daily, my parents told me, don't do it.
You basically take it from who's coming. From
Yes.
Yeah.
It really matters who the person talking
Yeah,
is.
it makes
really
sense.
matters.
It makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a really good
Filter.
and coping mechanism.
Yeah.
I cried the
You
first
cried?
year, every night.
When was the last time you cried because of comments?
A long time ago.
Oh, okay. So you're
I don't
over it.
care. I don't read them anymore, to be honest. I
But
do
you not read them because you're scared of them?
No, because there's so many. They
Okay.
go viral. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. It's impossible to keep up. And I have so many collaborations that are active, 70, 80,
Wow.
with people that are much bigger than me on social media. So it's really impossible to keep up. They keep coming.
What's the one comment that gets to your skin?
That people tell me that I come from a position of privilege and that's how I've gotten everything. That I probably, they told me, I heard once that people said, oh, she gets laid with people to invite them to interviews. And then I laughed at it. I shook it off, and I think it's funny that people talk about me so much. It's kind of, I'm humbled by that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think social media is a very meritocratic. It's a meritocracy.
Absolutely.
Because no one, like with this one, the algorithm doesn't care about who your parents are
No.
and how you grew up. It's like literally, is this interesting content? I show it to people. So only if you're like Prince Williams, yes, it's because you get followers because of your parents.
Yeah,
but
because you're famous and
yeah.
But I never speak about politics on my accounts.
You never?
No, I do not
Well,
give
we're
out
about to now.
I don't give out my opinion, and people think I'm from a certain side because of the way I
Which
look.
side, left or right?
Guess
Right,
what people think.
right.
That's not necessarily true.
But that's what people think.
That's what people think.
Oh, interesting.
They assume it because of the way I look or
What
where
is
I
it-
come from.
What is it the way you look? Like what makes it about the way you look?
Like a right person in Chile,
How does
a right-wing person.
How does a right person look?
Chile is one of the most unequal countries in the world.
Oh, okay. So
You
rich,
can tell
rich, poor.
exactly.
Got
You
it.
can tell immediately who is who by the way they look. I'm going to be viral for saying this. I'm very viral when I speak. That's the thing about Chile, and people assume you think one way.
So let's see. Well, my friend Noni, he looks very left.
No, actually, I would say contrary.
Yeah, but he dresses very left.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
let's move on because I find
We're
this.
gonna be destroyed.
It doesn't matter. I find this remarkable. You created the Brain Fund at Nas Company, and everybody gets $150 a month
Yeah.
to go to therapy.
Yeah.
I find this remarkable.
I don't know how you find that out. It's amazing that you found that out.
Researching.
But yes, we have a few funds. We have a brain fund and we have a health fund.
I think the Brain Fund is very important for many reasons. We're all going through things all the time.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily take care of our mental health.
100%.
And it's impossible for the brain not to break at some point or another.
100%.
What role has taken care of your mental health
Well, I have a
Played.
therapist.
played in your successful career?
Played in my successful.
Yeah.
What is my mental health? How did it make me successful?
No. What role has taking care of your mental health played in your career? Because you have to have like a clear brain and you have to take care of it in order to be successful.
I only started taking care of it a year ago.
Only?
Only a year ago.
How come?
Well, 2 years ago, I went through a breakup, and I felt
I
very.
read. I'm not going to ask you about that.
That's funny.
I'm not going to ask you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was public. I made the video. I made
Yeah,
the video.
I saw
I
it.
edited it. I love sharing everything that happens in my life. I have no problem with it. But I wanted to understand, like, am I lovable? You know, these are the questions I had. Am I a good human? I wanted to understand that. And when can I give love? Will I make a good father? These are all questions I had. Am I a good CEO? Am I a kind CEO? Or am I an asshole CEO? and the therapist helped me answer those questions. And my therapist is actually Latin American from Uruguay.
Really?
Yeah.
Only 4 million Uruguayans. Small country.
That's crazy.
Interesting people.
Very smart.
Yeah.
At least my therapist. So I think I have this therapist and I also have ChatGPT as my also other therapist.
He's my counselor.
Well, it's a she.
He, she, yeah. Whatever.
Or an it. But yeah,
Non-binary.
it's incredible, right?
Yeah.
So only last year. But I think I'm not. I think of myself as a village boy from the Middle East who is just so hungry to succeed
That's my favorite word.
that just doesn't care about his mental health.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this another way.
Yeah.
You're going to therapy now,
Yeah.
2 years, weekly.
Yeah.
Has it changed your life?
It has made my relationship much better. So when I started dating this girl, Asia, the first week we got together, we went to therapy. And the first week. Because we said, hey, let's do it. Let's try this relationship and give it our best. And if it means every week we're gonna have a counseling from a third party to help us become better, let's do it. So there's no problems.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait until the crisis.
It's too late by then.
It's too late.
It's too late.
But a week in?
Every week.
A week in the relationship?
First day.
Did she not run away?
This is why I love her. She gravitates towards.
You proposed it?
I proposed it.
Oh my God.
So we just like became boyfriend girlfriend that day, and I was like, oh, at 2 p.m. I have a therapist to go to.
Oh God,
you want to come with?
No.
She said yes.
Like a first date?
First date. Not first date.
No, but almost.
Well, we've known each other. First boyfriend girlfriend week.
Wow.
So we dated.
How
for
did you
a few
meet, by
months.
the way?
Mutual friends.
Mutual friends.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so this is a fact. This is
Yes.
not made up by me.
Yes.
It's a fact. Not many people walk through life doing what they love.
Yes.
You know?
That's correct.
And many of them never discover their passion.
Correct.
Correct?
Roughly 90% of the world.
90?
Roughly, I think 90%.
I would have said more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your advice to people who are thinking about potentially starting a business, a company from scratch, but are terrified to do so?
So my advice to those people is that you should get super, super, super excited, because for the first time in history, because of the electricity of AI, you can become a better business builder. In the past, the reason you did not start a business is because it needed to be physical. So you needed rent. Rent is expensive. Then you needed physical stuff. Then you need to sell something. They import it from China. And that is at least $200,000.
Yeah.
So you can't start a business but take a $200,000 bet. But in the future, we're heading towards digital businesses. This is a digital business. The cost of making this is so low. So because of AI, you can create an AI digital product. You can create an AI ad that sells, and you can communicate with customers via AI. So you can build a business in just 1 minute.
You can have employees.
You can have
trained.
employees that are AI.
Trained.
So the cost of starting a business now is like $1 a day. And so actually I started a business platform that just does that. It's like Shopify, but AI Shopify for digital businesses. And I see people, thousands of them every day, building digital businesses for literally $1 a day. It's insane.
So you should be excited instead of scared?
Yeah, because think of it this way. AI is going to steal your job. 100%. If you're a driver of a taxi, goodbye to the taxi, because an AI driver is just much, much better. And nobody is born on this planet when they're 5 years old that says, I want to become a driver of a taxi. Nobody says that. What happens is we live 20, 30 years and we're like, I am forced to become a taxi driver and do this job to make money. Now that we don't give you that option anymore, you are going to be forced to do what you love, which is, I don't know, singing, acting, being creative, building a business. AI is going to steal so many jobs to force people to build their business and do what they love.
Nice.
I really, 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 really believe in this.
Me too. This just came up to my mind. What did you want to be when you were little?
I wanted, and I'm still going to do it, I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to go to space. And I realized it's going to be really, really hard to do it through science way. So I'm going to do it through money. So I'm going to buy my way to space.
I hope that when you go, you don't pull off a Katy Perry and company.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't ruin it. Don't blow it.
I thought that was funny, but
I mean,
I want to. My dream is to like eventually do something in space, and now this is just like a side side gig.
You wanted to be an astronaut?
I wanted to, yeah. I thought it was really cool.
You know what I wanted to be? You're
What?
going to laugh at me.
What?
A supermarket cashier.
Did you really?
Yeah, because my sister never let me be the cashier when we played.
So
I was always the customer.
I have bad news for you. AI is going to take that job too.
I know.
So,
I know.
no
I'm
fun.
so glad I didn't follow that path.
But maybe you just wanted to talk to people.
Well, yeah, I discovered that later
Later
on.
on.
So you have become an internet mogul. Do you like those words?
No,
I made them up.
I think you did.
I did.
Because I don't think I'm a mogul.
You don't?
This is the part where you say, no, you are. And I'm like, no,
No, I'm not going to say that. If you say you're not.
I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
But you make pretty good money off of it.
Yeah, $10, $12 million a year.
Nice.
Thank you.
Advice to people who are thinking about starting out on social media. Maybe share some tips that made you successful and get to where you are now.
I mean, if you need a tip, then you probably shouldn't start. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, Musk said this before. He's like, if you need advice on how to become an entrepreneur, don't start. Like, the truth of the matter is, you need to feel it. You need to feel like you want to create content. You need to feel like you have something to say. And I think a lot of us have something to say. We just repress that. But generally speaking, is like, ask yourself, do I want this enough? Do I hate my current job enough? If I do, then that's my advice. Just ask yourself that question. If the answer is yes, you can literally just Google how to become a content creator.
Oh my God, yeah. With AI.
With AI.
But you know what? I do have a piece of advice.
Yes, go ahead.
You have to post every day
That's what I did. Yeah, I
for
agree.
1,000 days.
I agree.
You have to post.
I agree. You have to do it every day.
And you have to feel a little bit embarrassed of yourself at the beginning.
I agree. You have to be cringe. You have to be
Cringy, yeah. Oh my God, my old posts.
Okay, can I give one actual piece of
Sure.
advice? You have to say goodbye to your friends. Yeah. So
It
unfortunately,
happened to you as well?
yeah, that's what I had to do. Again, we wanna have a really honest conversation, right? Like, we don't allow our friends to change. If right now I view you as a podcaster, if I meet you in 10 years and you decide to become a politician, for example, and I'm like, no, you're not a politician. You're a podcaster in my view. Let's make videos. We don't, when we are friends with people, we don't allow them to change. That's why mothers always think of their children as kids, even when they're adults. Hey, I know you as a kid. You'll always be a kid. My brother, who's now 20 years old, every time he speaks, I'm like, wait, you're a kid. Why should I listen? You know what I mean? So we don't change the way we look at people.
Yeah.
And because of that, your friends will not change the way they look at you when you take radical life choices.
I have a theory,
Yeah,
and you just validated that theory.
go ahead.
I've always thought that disruptive people and people who change the world don't have many friends at the end.
It's probably true.
You lose them on the way.
Yeah, probably true. But it's not you lose them because they don't want you.
No.
It's they don't want you and you don't want them.
No,
It's a weird thing.
it's just natural selection for me.
It's natural selection, yeah.
So you feel that way too?
Yeah, and I don't, it's not a sad thing.
Oh God, it took many tears from me.
Did you lose
Yeah,
friends?
Many.
Really?
2024, my best friends.
Why?
Natural
Did
selection.
they say we don't want to be your friends or just like things just died down?
Just people talking behind people's back.
Oh, I see.
That's a national sport in Chile.
Yeah, but that's the thing because before that, this podcast is a year old, right? So you're not a podcaster in their brain. So what you're doing is unnatural, you know?
I don't admire them enough to care anymore.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's
but,
okay.
But hey, are you married? You're married.
No,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're not married. You have a boyfriend?
no.
Okay. Well, my advice is you should find a boyfriend.
Where?
I mean,
I think there aren't any like interesting enough men in Chile, and they're all full of
Look at-
shit
oh my
or
God.
occupied.
okay. Do you want to put that on the video?
No,
Do you
I
wanna go find-
don't. I don't. But like, no, where? Where do I find people here? You have no idea. It's this big. The market is so small and so bad.
Well, what's the characteristic of the guy you're looking for?
Very smart.
Okay. And what else? How old?
I don't care. Really, I don't care about the aspect.
Race?
Very smart, makes me laugh, successful.
Okay, very smart. So you should be hanging out at universities with PhD researchers. Do you really want that? Do you only really want very smart? I don't think you want to date a PhD academic.
No.
So you don't only want
I
smart.
don't want to talk about physics.
Okay, exactly. But that's very smart. So
Yeah.
You want to be smart and entrepreneurial.
Yes.
Okay, so you want them to be a founder, a CEO.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you want them to be tall, short?
I don't care.
Doesn't care.
Taller than me.
Black, white, doesn't matter?
No.
Okay.
Do you have friends?
Jewish, Muslim, Christian?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, I did this exercise when I was single. And I was
Are you matching me in your head with somebody right now?
I'm not good at it. I have no friends, so how would I match?
Oh, God, yeah.
Actually, I know a guy. No, but he wants blondes. Sorry.
I can dye my hair. That's easy. We'll fix it immediately.
So he, when I did this exercise, I was like, I want my girlfriend to have an American accent. That was literally one of my requirements.
But that's so shallow, superficial.
Okay, are we having an honest conversation?
We
Or are
are.
we having a politically correct conversation?
We are.
Okay, so we're talking like as if there's millions of people. Like, yeah, judge all you want. I wanted to be able to speak American and they speak back to me American. I didn't want no French accent, no British accent either.
Heavy, like strong accents.
I just like that.
That is so funny.
Okay.
You're crazier than me.
So that's number one. Number two is I wanted them to care about the Middle East.
Well,
That's very important.
yeah.
So I could not date an American from Wisconsin because they don't care about the Middle East as much. So these are my two friends. They had to be smart,
Americans don't care about anything.
but some do, right? So actually,
Very few.
Eventually, my girlfriend, who's really incredible, she's so much smarter than me. She's Jewish American, so she has an American accent. She cares about the Middle East, but we have that connection because we're both entrepreneurial and content creators.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to be like. I think. Sorry for giving a long answer because I really care about this. But
Yeah.
like, there's people who marry somebody that is very different from them because they just want time off, and there's people who want to marry somebody that's very similar to them because they want to double what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're an entrepreneur, you date a doctor. Okay, I go home. He goes home. We don't talk about work. That's a nice life. There's other people who say, I'm an entrepreneur. I want to date another entrepreneur, and we only talk about this. So I wanted somebody that doubles my life.
Yeah.
So I could only find somebody that's in the same industry as I am.
So the benefits of your career and your success are very public and to everybody's eyes, just like any other successful
Yes.
person. But the price that you've paid
Yes.
to get where you are is the opposite, very private. There are many trade-offs,
Yes.
right? And I think that people don't fully understand this about
Yes.
successful people.
Yes.
It's fucking hard work. It's not luck. It's not osmosis.
Yes.
You've said this. The benefits are astronomical.
Yes.
But it's a very sacrificed path.
Yes.
You went
Yes.
on the no more distractions journey.
What is that?
No parties, no friends, no nothing.
How do you know that?
Because I researched you.
So funny. Yes. No alcohol, no meat, no
Yeah.
partying, nothing.
No women.
Well, of course, no women. Yeah. Well, I have the most amazing women.
Now.
Now, yes, but even then, I was not. I don't like. Yeah. You lose your privacy. Like everything you say is now used against you at any given moment. If you are caught, literally throwing a trash on the street instead of the garbage bin, which millions of people do, but if you do it, you're done because you have no respect for us as a country, right?
Yeah.
But wait a minute, like a lot of you guys do it too. We're still human. I think people forget that famous people are also human. And obviously you're still human.
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
But my path has not been that sacrificed. I still have friends. I still
You just
go
said you have no
out.
friends.
No, I do. I lost some. But
I see.
I'm very social. I'm a Cancer.
Oh, really?
You're Aquarius.
Is it really?
You
Okay.
are Aquarius.
Okay, that's good to know.
You
No,
didn't know?
I think I am. Yeah, I am. I am Aquarius. I know
You
that.
are.
I know
By
that.
calendar, you are.
Yes.
But you've left many things behind.
I didn't leave them behind. It's useless. I have this theory, which is nothing good happens after 9 p.m. Name me one good thing that happened in your life after 9 p.m.
I was out last night. It was a very bad decision. I
Yeah,
can
what
say.
happened last night? Nothing.
Nothing interesting, no. I ran into the same people, talked about the same things.
Exactly.
Had the same drink.
Exactly. So I really think it's a big time commitment from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's when you ruin your life.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So the idea is sleep at 9 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. and just see the difference. That's what I do today. And it's incredible.
Your 5 a.m. club?
5 a.m. club.
Me too.
Oh, you are really?
Yeah.
So when did you go out last night?
I was home by 10 and I woke up at 4 today. I
So you
just couldn't
slept
sleep anymore.
6 hours.
Yeah, I think that sleeping is kind of a waste of time. I know it's not.
That's a big problem.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
But my mind is always running and
Yeah.
I have a hard time sleeping.
Interesting. I mean, that's try melatonin.
No, I try harder things.
Really?
Yeah, and I just won't fall asleep. It's very hard for me to fall asleep.
I'd be worried. It's very important.
am-
You should get this. I track this for sleeping.
That's the Uberman thing?
The Whoop. It's very good.
How many hours do you sleep?
7.
Not 8.
No, I can't 8. I'm trying. I want to. I 7.
And why don't you?
I just wake up. But I say this like, you are never too busy to sleep, and whoever says I'm too busy to
That's
sleep,
not true.
it's
I wish I could.
yeah.
Trust
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you were extremely known, you were about to quit more than once. But you kept going.
Oh yes. Yes.
Is failure important before success?
I think it's not before and after. I think success is
Hand in
100
hand.
is 100 failures. Yeah, success is 100 failures. So
Yeah.
I made 1,000 videos and I failed roughly 600 times, and I succeeded 400 times, and I
That's pretty good.
really succeeded like
That's pretty good.
30 times. I really succeeded 30 times. So a 3% success rate. With Nas.io now, with the platform we're building, I have failed probably 20 times. Only now we're finding success. So I think whoever tells you life is a straight line is lying. And I don't know where to go from here. I'm not going to pretend, I know exactly where to go from here. I know I'm trying to, but eventually life is going to take me this way. That's how I'm in Chile. Being in Chile was not part of my
How
plan.
did you get here?
Yeah, what's up? Because of Nonni.
Oh, but you knew
My
him
friend,
from
yeah,
before?
from FIS, FIIS.
Oh, right.
Incredible company.
Invite people.
Well, is this going to be out tonight?
No.
Then
Sorry.
you missed the party.
Sorry, guys.
We're throwing a
We-
coexistence festival.
We can do a story about that. Inviting
That'd be
people.
perfect, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going either. And I think that's fascinating because there are so many possibilities. And I think that people that say, like with accuracy, I know where I'm going, I think they're just trying to sound smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can aim, but I think we'll take
Like,
some side roads.
I would have never imagined
Yes.
being here with you 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I knew where I was going.
Well, same here. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it makes sense. So you've interviewed over 1,000 people. And if they get one question right, you hire them. I am going to ask you that question today.
How did you find that?
God, I'm a journalist.
That's like a very
Not
old
to
video.
say psychopath.
That's a very old video.
Okay, so I'm going to go with that question.
Yes.
What makes you angry and what pisses you off? Go.
For those that don't know, this is the question we ask everybody we interview, which, by the way, I have a different question since then.
In your 15-minute interview, not your hour-long interview.
Oh, yeah, 15
I'm
minutes.
a fan of that.
Do you really? Yeah,
shut
all
up and
interviews
take
should be
my
15
money.
minutes.
Yeah.
All dates should be 15 minutes, too.
Yeah, it should have been an email, not a
Yeah.
meeting.
What makes me angry? I think unfairness makes me very, very angry. I think when I see somebody get something they don't deserve and somebody don't get what they deserve, makes me very, very unfair. It makes me very angry. So I really believe, like, if we look at the global scale, it's really unfair when, like, there's so much amazing talent, but nobody cares about them because somebody else lives in New York and just, like, looks better, and so they make more money. And I just think it's unfair. I want people to be treated based on what comes out of their mouth, not based on how they look, you know?
You just had your Miss Universe moment right there.
Did I?
World peace.
Yeah, I want world peace. But by the way, this is why I wear an ugly T-shirt for the last
What
8
does it
years.
say?
43% of life. Do you know what it means?
No.
You have not done your homework then. It's
I think I did.
It's the percentage of my life that's over.
Oh, God.
So I'm 33. I'm supposed to die at 76.
And you make T-shirts like every year?
Every 8 months.
Oh, my God.
So I started
You're
this
nuts.
when I was I'm crazy.
No, yeah.
But everything in life, even weddings, I go wearing a T-shirt because I don't want.
Shut up.
Yes, I'm that guy. I just
That T-shirt?
this T-shirt, yeah.
To a wedding?
I've been wearing this for the last 8 years every day.
That's very Steve Jobsy of you.
No, I'm not trying to be Steve Jobs. I am not Steve Jobs.
Okay.
But I'm trying to say is, like, I don't need to dress up in a suit and tie for you to listen to me.
absolutely not. You know why he did it? Steve Jobs?
Why?
He didn't want to spend money doing time.
Decisions, yeah.
Yeah, combining
It also helps a
clothes.
lot with travel because I've been traveling for 8 years.
So you just pack the same shirt.
I have 20 t-shirts, that's it.
Oh my God, you're so
20 t-shirts, 2 pants.
And you're going to wear that tonight?
Of course, I have nothing else.
Oh my God.
What do you think I'm going to wear tonight?
I don't know.
Is that okay if I
could
wear
have been
this
another.
tonight?
Do you not have it in like other colors?
No, black. Because it's like, doesn't get dirty.
Okay.
I have 20 t-shirts to be clear. Like,
And long sleeve and everything?
I don't have long sleeve. I just have a jacket. But
Okay.
that's all.
That's so funny. You know what makes me angry? Can I
What?
tell you?
Yeah.
People.
That's not a good answer.
It is a good answer.
No.
It is.
People should make you energetic and happy.
No. The way that we treat each other.
Hmm.
I think we are very unkind to one another. And we're all going through shit in
Do you
life.
think people are unkind to you?
Yeah.
Do you think
You never know what's happening to the other person, what they're going through, when you honk your horn in the street, when you yell at somebody, when
Okay.
you react.
So to the unkind person that was unkind to you, what do they not know that's going through your head?
I have no idea.
You should talk to them. What would you say to them?
But I think that we talk too much about other people. I think we should be more kind. And I think that would get us to coexistence. If
I
we
agree.
treated each other kindly and empathically.
I agree with that. Yeah.
It makes me angry that we sort of do this to ourselves.
When was the last time you were unkind?
Yesterday.
Wow, thanks for the honesty.
And I have like a very concrete.
What did you do?
Well, the doctor was late,
Uh-oh.
and that's not the secretary's fault.
Yeah, and you were
And-
unkind to the secretary.
I didn't like piss her off or anything, but I was like, I had a certain tone that she did not deserve.
Yeah.
So let me.
And if somebody took a video of that and
No, but
uploaded
hang
it.
on. No. Because like I am a very regulated person, and so I sat and I was like, "You bitch," and I went back and I was like, "I'm sorry, you did not deserve that," and that meant the world to her. And she told me, "Everybody takes it out on me,"
Yeah,
and the doctor is late.
yeah. Did you take it on the doctor after?
No,
Well, if you
because I
listen.
thought he was good looking.
Oh my God. Are you trying to date him or something?
No, he had a ring. but I thought he was good looking, so I was like, I was so late by then that I just walked in and I was like, hi. And that was it. But she did not deserve that.
You know an interesting thing? If I have the choice between an ugly doctor and a good-looking doctor, I would always choose the ugly doctor.
How come?
Because the ugly doctor had a harder time to get to where they are today, so they must be
It
smarter.
depends. Not a plastic surgeon.
Well, yeah, I'm not going for a
With the exception.
Yes. Is that the kind of doctor you went to?
No.
Okay, so
No.
that's the only exception.
I had my chest has been itching for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
I was convinced it was cancer. It's not.
Oh, my God.
But it's something else. It's just a rash.
Okay.
What is the question that you're doing now?
Now
in
the
your
question
job
I
interviews?
ask people is, in every interview, I ask these people, hey, can you please describe me your perfect day? What is a day you live where you wake up from 9 a.m. or whenever and you go to sleep and you're like, man, that was a perfect day? The reason I ask this question is because I want to know, what do people enjoy doing the most? So if I'm hiring somebody as a video maker, okay, and he tells me my perfect day is to wake up, hang out with friends, see my girlfriend, and take care of my mom, and then, go to the park and walk and have fun and go to sleep. It's actually a bad answer.
It is a bad answer.
Because if he said, my perfect day is a day where I feel like I've created something, then I'm like, okay, in this job, you're going to be creating, so this is perfect for you. But, you don't want somebody doing something in your company that is the imperfect day. Why do you want sad people in your company? You only want happy people that are doing what their perfect day looks like. So that's what I ask now. This is not my question from my friend, but I really love it.
What answers do you get? Like perfectly, like walk my puppies.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of answers of people doing things that is the opposite of what the job they're applying for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, so why the hell do you want to sit in the office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in my company? This is obviously not the perfect day for you. Whoever says my perfect day is to create something out of nothing,
Ask me.
what's your perfect day?
This is my perfect day. I get so hyped
Hired.
on this.
Unfortunately, you're too expensive.
Well, negotiable. You know, I get so hyped when I get a new confirmation from an interviewee making the questions. Like,
Yes.
this is perfect to me and amplify my message. And I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's my perfect day.
That's very
I
interesting.
grow 5,000 followers overnight.
So
that's my perfect day.
let's ask your team. What is your perfect day? Okay.
Ya no ni juégatela. Puede ser in Spanish.
I'm living my perfect day today.
Ah, well,
Oh, there we go.
Well,
Coexistence. Yeah, today's your perfect day. Yes, this guy is amazing. Everybody should Google Noni from Feast. He's the reason I'm here. Amazing human.
it's the first time I've met him.
You should be very close to him.
I will be.
Great.
Last question.
He's got a ring.
I wasn't looking. Not my type.
Not your type.
No.
Wait, but he's smart and he's entrepreneurial. So why is
I
he not
haven't
your
met
type?
him yet. I'm just trying to.
You said you have no type.
You want to build a company full of angry people
Yes.
because anger is the best motivator or
Of
driver
course.
for change.
Of course. Angry people are the best. I love angry people.
I want to.
Look, I'm angry at like the way I grew up. I grew up in a goddamn village. You know, I grew up as an Arab Palestinian inside Israel. I didn't like it. I felt like a second-class citizen. I grew up seeing people kill each other every day. And I'm like, I hate this. I'm angry at this. So like I'm spending the rest of my life doing the opposite of this. So my anger is channeled into building Nas Daily.
That's important.
Now there's another person who was angry, Osama bin Laden. His anger was channeled towards terrorism.
Yeah.
So is the question you should ask yourself is not be angry or don't be angry. It's yes, be angry at something. How do you channel the anger? To build things or destroy things?
Are you happy?
I'm living my perfect day.
But overall, not just today.
I'm happy. I'm just a bit, I mean, happiness comes and goes.
It's a state.
I've had a happy wave. I have a happy wave. I'm just impatient.
Are you proud of yourself?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon. Give me 5 years.
What are
5
you
years.
gonna do?
I have one more thing I want to prove, and that's it.
What?
I want to prove that I can build a successful company.
But you did.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No. It's still small. I want to prove that I can build $1 billion company.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you will. You will be in space when that happens.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've proven that I can make videos that are viral. People watch them. I'm okay with that. But I want to make sure that I'm not a one-hit wonder. You know what a one-hit wonder is?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be remembered.
I want to, I don't want to be called lucky. Oh, he just succeeded at this one thing, but he couldn't recreate it. I want to recreate it again and be as successful in this new industry, technology. So I don't want to be, oh, he's the guy with a camera. He's the guy with a camera who built a big company.
Yeah.
And then I'll be satisfied.
Nice.
And ask me that again, and then I'll have another answer. There'll be a third thing.
Are you proud of yourself?
For the most part. I'm not going to say no. I've done better than average. I'm okay. Yes, I am proud of myself.
Good. First time in Chile?
Right, all Latin Americans are good therapists.
I'm a psychologist.
Are you really?
No.
Oh.
In this space, I am.
Oh, yes. Yes. Not my first time in Chile.
I give really good advice. I just don't apply it
To your life.
myself. Yeah.
No, you should put it to the internet. Take this clip. This girl is looking for a boyfriend. Right here.
That sounds desperate. Like
No.
everybody's gonna run away now.
I'm doing this on your behalf. Okay, take this clip.
They just left the
Successful,
conversation.
makes a lot of money, good looking, and she's looking for a partner that is not intimidated by the success, has to be also successful. If that is you, just comment.
I was picturing the guy from Titanic. Is anybody out there? I don't think there's anybody. First time in Chile?
Second time in Chile.
Second?
Yes.
When did you come before?
I came here 6 years ago to Easter Island.
Oh, you went? Did you like it?
I loved it.
I didn't like it.
Can you say that again louder?
No.
Say louder. Say, I don't like Easter Island.
I gave it 2 shots. Just not for me.
Why?
It's a place that you love or hate. There's no middle. No in
Yeah,
between.
I just like, it's my heaven.
But do you do like scuba diving and that?
No, I was just alone. I was just alone, free man, just making videos. I felt so lucky to be alive.
Oh.
This is when I was
like
single.
like a frat party.
No frat party, I was alone.
Oh, you said free men?
Free man.
Oh.
No,
just
three
you.
men. No, free
Oh,
men.
Okay, I was like,
Free
okay.
man.
Maybe you're into that. Like, I don't know. It could be.
Maybe.
No, I gave it 2 shots, not for me. Nas Daily, thank you for coming to Más Que Titulares.
Más Que
Beyond,
Titulares.
beyond headlines, more than headlines.
We are
First
humans.
English episode.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And type in the comment section what you think of her English, which is amazing. Thank you for this.
Thank you. Y a los que llegaron hasta acá, muchas gracias por su sintonía, por su compañía. Recuerden dejarme en los comentarios a quién les gustaría que entreviste a continuación y recuerden también suscribirse en las distintas plataformas para estar al día con Más Que Titulares. Nos vemos en un próximo capítulo. Chao, chao.